four, ball 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 five, ball five, ball five, ball five, ball six, 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 ball seven, ball seven, ball seven, ball seven.
At the door.
Dirt ball! Dirty balls! Wash your balls!
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever time you're looking at this. My name is Ethan Benfield, and this is the Dirty Balls podcast, and I am here with some other people. State your names for the record.
Your names for the record.
Thank you.
Jennifer.
Jeremy.
And it looks like, since Alan isn't going to say his name anytime soon,
I said Alan.
You said it.
Oh,
Maybe
you should put earphones on.
whatever. Technology. Speaking of technology, these guys finally figured out how to have custom backgrounds. I have yet to, well, I mean, I know how to do it, but my computer is an old piece of crap and won't allow it. So you get a couch and a curtain. So yeah, enjoy that. This is the Dirty Balls podcast. We're here to stall for an hour to try to make it look like we have any idea what we're talking about. I know I don't, because I missed most of the homestand. I said I was only at one game. That's not exactly true. I was at 3. I forgot about 2 of them. I remember Friday because we were getting the shit kicked out of us and I left early. And I remember Wednesday barely because it rained for a really long time before the game started. And Thursday I don't remember because I got really drunk. And we also left the game early that night too. Or I did, at least.
I was gonna say I stayed for Wednesday's game. I wasn't there, or not Wednesday. I stayed for Thursday's game. I wasn't there for Wednesday. That was just, it would have been too late to. Well, first of all, I had a other thing I had to do.
It was a dark day.
Well, yeah, it actually had it the day after, but I had to prepare for it the day before. But anyway.
Yeah, a medical procedure that people of a certain age have to get that is quite unpleasant. And we'll leave it at that.
You're like fading in and out, Alan.
There's
Well,
no
you say
privacy on this show.
Would you say I had to drink a couple of drinks and then stay very close to a restroom for hours?
Fun.
Awesome.
Fun. Sounds like a rip roaring good time. So, what are we here to talk about, guys? Because it's going to be up to it's going to really be up to y'all.
Well, this is our new furniture podcast. We're going to talk about your couch.
Oh, great. Well, I don't remember anything about it.
Other than you're sitting on it.
Yeah. It's comfortable. I've been sitting on it quite a lot over the past month because I've had naught to do lately.
But I'm pretty sure we're here to talk about Crawdads baseball as usual.
Oh, great. I love Crawdads baseball. Or specifically this weekend, Couch Potatoes baseball.
Well, let's start where we ended last week. We had, a show, and it was pretty much dedicated to 2 people. And we didn't know anything at the time until
Yeah.
I think it was Monday night. It's like, we uploaded the video, and then come to find out that those
I
two
found out
sorry
Tuesday
ass.
game time.
Okay, it might have been Tuesday. Yeah, because we were at the game. We were in the line at the cafe. Found out that those two some of my bitches that we were talking about were going to be the umpires for this week. So good old Denver Dangerfield was back at it.
Oh,
And then go ahead and let the cat out of the bag now. We found out while we were in the line to get food, we also found out that the next homestand, they're going to be back again. So we get these guys 3 straight homestands in a row. So the baseball guards are pissed off at us or the crawdads. And I don't know what we done to piss them off.
Or here's my theory. My theory is that minor league baseball hates him as much as we do, and they're hoping that since Hickory hates him a lot, that we will make him want to quit.
And they know that Hickory has a very vocal group of regulars that heckle loudly and often. So like, put them up, just stick them there. Let them be over there for a while. See how much of that they can take.
Yeah.
I do know Denver doesn't come back to the backstop and get a foul ball. He calls for Lucas to come get the ball.
I wonder why.
But JT's man enough to come back there and get one. So
Well, he's twice the man that Denver is, literally.
But being vocal and everything, let's see, I think it was Saturday, there was a guy on the home side letting them have it with very obscene foul language and everything. And he was right. But an older gentleman didn't like it and went and told the ushers. And we actually had one of the coaches come out of the dugout and say something to him. So, and then he just sit there like a little scalded dog and wouldn't say nothing. It wouldn't even move. So, but yeah.
What exactly? I mean, clean it up a little bit for the YouTube. But what exactly was he saying?
I
just kept dropping the F bomb.
Yeah, very loudly.
I can't say I've never done that, but I try not to.
I mean, I think out of all of us, I'm the one that lets the obscenities fly in public more often than not, just because when I get mad, I don't really think about what I'm saying, but I've been trying lately not to, but yeah. So I can't say I've not done it, but
I can't say I've never thrown my cowbell into the net.
I think we've done that. I know I say stuff, but I try.
Well, I almost got in a fight with a Korean to English interpreter once.
Not just the interpreter. We found out real quick one phrase that he understood in English.
Yeah.
Or should I say you found out?
But I completely justify everything I said to that guy because he's not a good person.
Exactly. There's some things that normally I like to keep it impersonal. Make fun of their playing, make fun of their umpiring ability all you want, but don't, get personal with it. But this guy, he deserved to get personal.
Yeah, and we've talked about that on this show before. So real dirty ball fans will remember.
Yeah, certain Korean.
I don't even remember him.
I don't either.
You don't deserve to be remembered, to be honest.
Yeah, we're not going to say his name on here.
But let's get into it. Tuesday, we welcome. I have to apologize and go back and make up for what I got wrong. We welcome the Wilmington Blue Rocks, the affiliates of the Washington Nationals, not the Kansas City Royals, which they used to be.
Yep.
And so there goes my fix of a mess up. But Tuesday we came into the game and I have no idea what happened, as in that, this homestand was pretty much hit and miss, literally.
A lot of
Tuesday,
miss.
Tuesday we lost 6-0.
Yeah.
And
It was funny because I left early on Friday when we were getting destroyed, and then we still lost, but we made quite the comeback and still lost.
we'll get
Yeah,
there because
when-
I'm on Tuesday right now.
Okay, just I mean, I don't have a lot of I don't remember a lot from this homestand, so I just had to throw that in there.
But Tuesday we got to meet Garvin Austin for the first time. Some people say he looks like the guy on Good Burger. And
Which one?
welcome to Good Burger. Can I take your order? The skinny one, not Keenan. So
Kale.
yeah, Kale, whatever. But what makes it so special about him is he has this leg gesture. He would always pick his leg up, put it down, pick his leg up, put it down. And with a runner on base, it kind of looks like a balk. I can't tell you what a balk is. You know, yeah. But this is what pissed me off starting Tuesday is when we had a runner on second or on first and he was doing his leg thing, Chris and Tim was yelling, "That's a balk, that's a balk."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say nothing until we got the third out and they were walking off the field and they stopped the pitcher and said, you know, they were talking to him, we can't hear what they're saying, but if he's sitting there bringing his leg up like he was doing, that's what he was talking about.
Yep.
So the next inning, he came back out and didn't do it. So they were telling him he was not allowed to pick his leg up and put it down multiple times. Why we didn't get the balk call on us, that way we can advance the runner. Granted, it wouldn't have mattered or anything, you know, it's beyond me.
Warning, what the heck?
So we got there early Wednesday, like we always do. We were sitting there and he comes walking out, you know, going to the dugout. He's like, "Where's the guy that was screaming at me last night?" And I pointed to a guy in 107. I said, "I think it was him." He's like, No. He's like, "He's got the megaphone." I'm like, "Oh, he ain't here yet." He's like, "Well, I got something for him." He's like, "I don't balk." So, which was kind of funny, but you know, he was playing along with us, which, you know, then that puts a star by your name with us. If you know that we're joking and you want to joke with us, good to go.
Okay, here I just looked it up. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it's balk as far as baseball is concerned. They give two definitions. They're kind of the same. Baseball is as of a pitcher making a legal motion penalized by an advance of the base runners. And the second, that's the verb, and the noun is an illegal motion made by a pitcher that may deceive a base runner.
You can't
in other words,
come home.
Well, the way I've heard it, the way I've always heard it defined was if you get, like, if you're a pitcher and you have a certain stance that you get in before you deliver the ball home every time, once you get into that, once you get ready to deliver the ball home, you have to go home. If you make any other motion or go to any other base, that's a balk.
Right.
So, but like if you step off the pitching rubber and go throw to the base, you may be safe, you may not. Some umps will call stepping off the rubber a balk. So it's weird.
I do know that we got a balk called up on us, and I can't remember what night, which just, it was out of the blue. You know, he really wasn't doing anything, but I mean, I guess that's what it is. But we didn't get an option of letting us know what we're doing wrong. And, you know, it was just automatic, you know, advance the runner. Like I said, they didn't do that for us.
But Denver and JT suck.
Yeah. So Wednesday, Denver was behind the plate, and we actually won 6-2. Our pitching staff done a hell of a lot better that day. We had 15 Ks, and Acuna had a home run. So,
yeah.
No,
and
he
it
didn't.
was,
Acuna had a home run. Acuna
shut
does
up.
not play for us. Okay, Alan Muda.
I
You're
don't
gonna
care.
call him Acuna. I'm gonna start calling you Alan Muda.
I'm gonna call you
since it doesn't matter.
dipshit. How's that? Anyway, but it was what, 2 hour rain delay or something like that.
Something like that. Game didn't restart till like 9:15.
Yeah, and Lucas was bat boy. If he wasn't bat boy, we probably would have left as well.
And my
We didn't
very
get home.
impatient friends that came to the game, it started raining in like 10 minutes in. They're like, yeah, we're leaving. Like, I don't know if everybody else my age has a really short attention span or if I just have a much longer one on certain things. But like, it seems like every time there's something like that, people are just ready to leave right away.
It's just you
Well-
youngins these days.
Well, that's the reason why we have these pace play rules.
I guess
For
you're
people
right
like
about
that.
But yeah, we didn't get home till like 11:30 that night. It was, and then Thursday, we'll talk about Thursday now. We lost.
Thursday, I had a lot of fun. Thursday was so I went to the doctor Thursday morning and he told me that I no longer have to wear the brace if I don't really feel like it's helping me. And when I heard that, I completely just ditched it. I'm like, all right, no more brace. Fuck that thing. I'm done. And so I decided to and it was Thursday that night. And so I texted Scott. I was like, hey, you want to go to the bar after the game? He said, yeah. So I decided to make that night my big return to getting way too drunk. And that's exactly what I did.
Well, we lost 12-8. So,
Yeah,
I
which,
mean, nothing.
that was a good game right up until what, like the 7th inning. You know, I mean, we tied them a couple of times, and then we just kind of fell apart there at the end.
And that was also another late game as well.
Mhm. A long
And
game.
then, yes, but when you get the high scoring games, you know, the pace of play thing really goes out the window.
Yeah.
So, and then Friday we lost
Oh, God.
18-11.
I left when
pitching-
it was
18. When I left, it was 18-1. And I was, or
Pit-
something like that. And I was like, there's
the
no way
pitching,
there is no way they're going to come back. And then they almost did.
our pitching was just absolutely horrible. I mean, John pitched Tuesday, which, you know, he didn't do all that great. He told his dad that he slept on his arm wrong and it kind of hurt, but he was good to go. So, but he only pitched 1 inning, so therefore he pitched Friday, and it was the worst outing we've ever seen for him in person. It was bad. We were losing all the way up to the 7th inning. So it was 18-1 going into the 7th. And in the 7th, we scored 6. And then the 8th, we scored 4. Evan Carter had 2 home runs that game. Cody Freeman had 2 home runs. I mean, and then the 7th, it was so much fun. You know, we almost came back. You know, I don't know. I mean,
wasn't it the 7th inning we hit back-to-back home runs?
yes, we hit 3 home runs in a row, and I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've seen 2, but 3, I don't think I've ever seen.
I've seen it, but not from the Crawdads.
I've seen it on TV, but not in person.
And we put a position player in the pitch in that game.
Which
Shabby!
Yeah. Frenier Chavez pitched. It was going so slow, it didn't even register on the radar.
I saw the
But-
video of it.
When you face 4 batters and you get the 3 outs, all the hits didn't even leave the infield. It was awesome. And this kid was smiling from ear to ear on every lob he threw. I mean, because that's all he was doing, was lobbing it over. And then after that 3rd out, they were running off the field and he was motioning, give me the ball, give me the ball. So he got the ball and he tipped his cap to everybody because everybody was going crazy. So And we tried to
Maybe
get
got
him
a curtain
we tried to
call.
do a curtain call, but he wouldn't come back out. So
And by the way, guys, I'm muting my audio until I absolutely have to say something because it's pouring rain outside, and I don't know if that's
Can't hear it.
showing up in the background.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, well, never mind then.
But yeah, like I said, it sucked all the way up to the 7th, and then they, made their little rally, and it was interesting and fun.
Well,
They went-
actually, I was going to say I hate I missed that because, it was a big rally, but we still did lose by 7 runs.
But they burned through, the opposing team burned a lot of pitchers to hold an 18-run lead. I can just tell you that, which is awesome.
Did they have to use any position players?
No, not this entire homestand. I figure they would, but no. And Saturday, we won 6-5. We got our awesome cookie chip bowl as our giveaway, which I was very surprised that it was the way it was made. I
You
figured
have
it was
one
just going to be
to show
Hey.
off now.
Yeah, can you show us?
I can, give me 1 second and I'll get one.
Go get it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I wasn't there Saturday.
I wasn't there
I would-
Saturday either. Charlotte FC had a game that night, and they pissed me off because they were winning 2-0 at halftime and then gave up 3 in the second half. Played like absolute crap, like they didn't even want to be there.
We went to Night in the Park in Claremont, and there was a band playing there. Normally, I'm not big on going to see cover bands or tribute bands, but I would drive to go see these guys again. It was a band called Pandora's Box. It's they build themselves as the ultimate Aerosmith tribute band. And we got there, and the band was just warming up. They were setting up their equipment and stuff, getting everything worked out. And the lead singer was out there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, well, this dude, he sounds like Steven Tyler, but he looks nothing like him. Well, later on, when the show came on, I had to do a double take because I thought Steven Tyler walked out on that stage. Dude looked that much like him once he got into character and into, got all his clothes on, let his hair down and stuff, and had his makeup done.
Well, when I hear cover band, I get really
Same.
don't get too optimistic. But I mean, if it's as good as you
Same.
say, maybe I will check that out.
These guys were. I'd like to hear them do some of their own stuff. To be honest, they were that good. I mean, if you sat there and closed your eyes, you'd have thought you were at an Aerosmith concert.
Wow.
Hell, you didn't even really have to close your eyes to think you were there. It's just you had to close out the small town of Claremont around you. But yeah, it was a great time.
Oh, it's not going to.
It's
It's not going
green.
to show because
Green, and it ain't gonna show.
Yeah, well, you turn the background off real quick and then show it. But
I'll probably mess everything up here.
Technology.
Yeah, gotta love it.
We did it.
Hey there,
There it is.
got the couch potato on it. It's got, I mean, like I said, I thought it was going to be super thin and just
Yeah.
cheaply made, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's solid, and that's like perfect for me as someone who's trying to watch their weight, instead of sitting getting a whole bag of chips and sitting down and eating it, that's almost a serving size.
It's got a little
Container.
space for your dip too. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. We got lucky and we found 2 as we walked out,
Nice.
but that was great. Right. So Sunday was a rain shortened game. We only played 5 innings. We ended
got
up
the win.
winning 7-1. And Inglet, our starting pitcher, through 5 innings had 9 strikeouts. So, and this guy, he plays with an intensity that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
If you're ever down there and he's walking to the dugout to start the game, listen very closely. But the kids don't listen, because he's pumping himself up. I mean, I don't even know what he's saying, but he he psychs himself out. Lucas says, he meditates in the dugout between every inning that he's pitching. So,
I
and he
mean,
also
Matt
teaches
Watley
Lucas.
had a pretty big intensity factor. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
But
cow.
him and Lucas are buddies in the dugout.
oh,
Have to get
speaking of
Lucas.
Lucas and Bat Boy shenanigans, on Wednesday during the rain delay, I was down there talking to Cody Freeman, and this kid came up and asked for his autograph, and Lucas was standing right next to him, and this kid was like, "What about? Can I get your autograph too?" And Lucas looked really shocked because he's not a player; he's a bat boy. And Lucas was like, "I'm not a player." And then Cody goes, "Did he ask if you were a player?" "No, he asked for your autograph. Go ahead and sign." And I was like, "Yeah, man, sign." So the kid held the ball out, and Lucas signed it. Or no, it was a hat. It was a hat. So somewhere this kid's got a hat that's signed by Cody Freeman and Lucas.
Poor
Nice.
kid.
Well, Lucas, if you watch the Batman, he'll go sign autographs.
Yeah.
He stands there and
But-
takes the stuff out of the players' hands, and like he's part of the team and he's Mr. Billy Badass. I don't like to do
Right.
that.
Yeah. I say, and the only reason I say poor kid is not to say anything bad about Lucas, but just, one of these days, this kid, say Cody makes it to the majors and is this big all-star, which I think he could be, and he's looking at this hat that he got, like, I got Cody Freeman's autograph right here, and some other dude, I don't know who that is.
Well, you said did you say the Batman
Yeah.
with Robert Pattinson? That was pretty good.
But
Thank you.
no, you suck. But in Lucas's defense, he did warn the kid that I'm just the bat boy. So he's
Oh, he
told
did,
us
he
some
did.
kids have asked for his autograph, and he tells the kid, I'm a nobody. Just because I wear the jersey doesn't mean I'm a player. So,
At least
but
he's
we were
honest
the
about
couch
it.
potatoes. And speaking of bat boys, did you notice the BB on the back of the jersey? Did it not look like Mr. Hanky to you?
I
I
didn't really look that
I
close.
didn't pay attention. Next, I mean, if there is a next time, if they don't change it, next time I'll look.
The numbers on the back of the jerseys are small, and you really can't tell what they are because they're supposed to be potato skins. But that BB looks like Mr. Hanky all day. That's all I can say. And this week was a pretty good week, and we bash our team a lot because we know that they can do better. But I have to say, the on-field in between activities from start to finish was about the potatoes. They done a great job. The only bad thing I could say is it was first responders week, and I don't recall anything being mentioned about the first responders. But the themes, they did go with the themes every night, and I want to say Saturday, Ashley put a lot of work in with the sound. If there was a song with the player's name in it, she played it. And one of the guys, he went to Florida State. They was playing Florida's fight song. Guy's name was Jose, and they would sing Jose, Jose. And what was the song about fields of barley?
Oh,
His name was Barley.
Yeah,
That
his
one,
name is Barley.
Sing song,
Yeah.
like
And
Fields of Gold or whatever, but in the song
Yeah.
it says Fields of Barley.
I messaged Lee and I said, "Who's doing sound tonight?" He said, "Ashley." I said, "Well, tell her she's doing a great job." And then I was down there Sunday because I was wanting to talk to one of the other opposing players and talk to Cody as well. But they had the rain came in, but Ashley did walk by, and I told her myself, I said, she done a great job, and she just looked at me like she was very surprised that coming from me.
That you had
And
something nice to say?
Exactly. Coming from our section, but they done a hell of a job. And I have to give them props. It's
Yeah, I mean, we've said it on this show a couple times now that this year has been a lot better than recent
Yeah.
history on stuff like that.
On a lot of things, but on some things they still
Yes,
not getting with it.
the food
Like-
still needs the food's better than it was last year, but not as good as it was several years ago.
Well, like Sunday, like they have a bottle filling station there at the stadium. So I'll bring a water bottle, fill it up with cold water, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll fill it up about halfway with water, and then I'll go and since it's insulated, I'll go over to the concession stand and have them fill it the rest of the way up with ice. They've been doing that all season, no problem. I'll walk up like, hey, can you fill this up with ice for me? Yes, sir, no problem. We'll get you right here. Well, Sunday I walk up there, say, hey, can I get you to put some ice in my bottle? Oh no, we can't do that. Excuse me? Well, no, sir, we don't do that. I said, well, I'm sorry, but you've been doing it all season. What? Oh no, we can't give away ice for free. I'm like, it didn't cost you anything.
Is it the
They
same
actually had to.
person?
No, and it's not been the same person most of the season. It's always been some volunteer group. They actually had to call somebody to come over there and have them tell them in person that they could fill up my bottle with ice.
Ice.
Yeah, ice.
I mean,
Like, I could understand if I was asking for a cup of water. Like, okay, we got to charge it for the cup. All right, fine. I'm just asking you to scoop your little metal scooper in there and dump some ice in my bottle.
You know how much ice there is in the
A
world?
lot. A lot.
Ice. Okay, I've worked in multiple fast food drive-throughs, and we're supposed to charge people a quarter, 25
For the
cents
cup.
for a cup of ice, and I think that's pretty stupid. So hey, McDonald's, over 4 or 5 years, maybe I owe you like $78 worth of ice because I did that a lot. But anyway, ice, come on.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
ice.
I don't
not even
wanna-
a cup.
I don't want to say it's expected, but if you have different people in there all the time, they're not going to know the rules as much. And
Oh, I don't. I blame when they come in, they're supposed to be given like a little crash course on how to do things. Well, apparently they wait until the gates are open and start telling them how to do things. That I don't blame the people who are volunteering. I blame the people who are training them to do their job.
But also, let's not forget here that it's ice.
Yeah.
Do you really need to look at the manual for what to do about ice? Just give us some ice.
they wouldn't give us ice water. They wouldn't give us water there for a while. You had to buy the water. If you wanted a cup of water, you had to pay for it, which I think is just absolutely retarded. But
Most-
That
that-
word,
that-
what are you doing?
Most places, and that word is that word is considered offensive these days. But Alan's from a different time, and
Old man.
he's so that wasn't me. Don't cancel me when I get my job at NBC in 10 years. But come on, it's ice water. Pretty much every place, every place you go to, ice water is free. Like, what is that? Like, okay, soda. Yeah, because that's not free. You gotta pay because it's soda. It's a drink with syrup and shit.
I can kind of understand charging a small fee for the cup because they do have to buy the cups. But I don't understand, anything over about 10 cents.
But I guess, like I said, we praised them for doing good stuff.
Mhm.
My next suggestion is how much money did we pay for the Jumbotron and having a camera so you
That
can
we
see
don't
stuff?
use.
Because when you say, bring your attention to the concourse, I'm all the way at the bottom.
Yeah,
If I
can't
look
see
up,
it.
I don't see nothing. And you have a person standing there sometimes with the damn camera. What are you doing with the camera if you're not projecting it over there? And I don't know the ins and outs, but
Well-
I figure if
I
you
know they
could,
can do it because they've done it before.
exactly. I know they can't do replays and stuff, but
Well,
if they
no,
could, it'd be awesome. Well, I've been to some stadiums that show replay, but you got to have the whole TV thing. We don't have the TV thing. I get that. But if you got the camera and you want me to see something up on the concourse in between the innings, then show it.
show it to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
understand
always-
why we spend all this money to be like a baseball team from a previous century. And speaking of baseball team from previous centuries, hey Jeremy, do you have one this week?
I do actually. I do have one, but before we get into that, I want to talk. Just go over a little bit. Amy, I did the research last week. Amy, after she saw the podcast, she got into sleuth mode and looked up like 5 different teams and found all kinds of stuff on 'em. So I got somebody who actually knows how to do research doing research for me now, which is awesome. She's awesome. Thank you, Amy.
It's a
But last
woman
week,
thing.
yeah, but last week, she actually found some more information on the Graniteers, which I thought I put a link in last week's video, the description of last week's video. So you can actually go online and buy hats and T-shirts that say Granite Falls Graniteers on them, and have the year the 1 year that they played, 1952 or 51, I think it was.
Thunder.
So, but anyway, this week I did not realize when I started this, I did not realize we had so much minor league baseball history in this area.
Not just
I
North
mean,
Carolina, but specifically this part of it.
yeah, like the Catawba Valley.
But one thing
Um,
before you start, didn't you say that there was a Madison or a Bumgardner on the Grenadiers?
Oh yes, another thing. Yeah, there was a Bumgarner because Ethan made mention of Madison, and I do believe this gentleman was his great one great or two greats, probably two greats grandfather or like a great great uncle, something like that. But anyway, he was related to Madison Bumgarner, and he did go on to found Bumgarner Oil,
Oh wow.
which if you're from around here, you've seen the trucks. And let me bring up the information on the team. The team this week, we went way down the road for this one. And if you live between Newton and Maiden, you've probably been by where they played 15 bazillion times. The Newton Conover Twins. And yes, they were a minor league team, and they had 2 different affiliations.
And if you think Hickory's a small town,
Yeah,
go
these
over
are
there.
2 towns. These 2 towns have to combine to do things. I mean, they have 2 towns, 1 high school. Well, that's more than one now, but used for decades, 1 high school, and that was Newton Conover High School. But anyway, they had 2 major league affiliations. In 1937, they were affiliated with Cleveland Indians, and in 1961, they were affiliated with the Milwaukee Braves.
Now hold on a
Oh,
minute,
wow.
Jeremy. You said their name was the Twins.
Yes, and I cannot tell you why they were the Twins. They were affiliated. That's the only 2 teams they were affiliated with. I guess somebody just liked the Twins.
Did
I
the
would have
Minnesota
assumed.
Twins exist yet at this time?
I don't believe they did.
What year was the Newton Conover established?
Well, they played in the first league they played in was the North Carolina State League, which was in 1937. So they played there in 37 and 38, which there were 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, no, the Minnesota Twins were established in 1901. So
yes, they were around. But were they the
but-
Twins then?
they were not the Twins. They didn't become the Twins until 1961. They are the original Washington Nationals, who would then become the Senators and then moved to Minnesota in 1961 and become the Twins.
So Newton Conover might have been the original Twins. They 1937.
You know,
That-
maybe
that
Newton,
predates
Conover
the
are
name
two
Twins.
cities, so like twins or two. So I guess
Could have
that
been
might
that.
be
Would have been a great reason.
because the Minnesota Twins are based off of Minneapolis and St. Paul, the twin cities.
Sure are. But yeah, they played in the North Carolina State League in 37 and 38 with the Colamy Weavers, the Landis Sins, which if you've ever gone from Hickory to Kannapolis, you drive through a little teeny tiny little hamlet of Landis. They had a minor league team. The Lexington Indians, the Mooresville Moors, the Thomasville Chairmakers, also known as the Thomasville Tommies, the Salisbury Bees, and the Shelby Cardinals. And they in 39 and 40, they played in the Tar Heels League with the Gastonia Cardinals, the Hickory Rebels, which we will talk about the Hickory Rebels in a later episode, Lenore Indians, Shelby Nationals, Statesville Owls. Then they played 48, 51, and then again in 60 to 63 in the Western Carolina League. Pretty much the same teams except for the Hendersonville Skylarks, the Lenore Red Sox, the Lincoln Cardinals, and the Marion Marauders and the Morganton Aggies. That is a crap load of minor league teams just right here in this area.
All within like an hour.
All in like 2 hours.
radius
Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours at the most.
of Hickory.
Oh yeah, now from Hickory, yeah, they're all within like an hour.
And,
But yeah, they okay. Go ahead.
It's like Joe Jackson, he played for the Mill Leagues, and that's pretty much what was around these parts back then. It was all mill places and stuff like that. So each mill had their own team pretty much, and that was baseball.
They won, the Newton Conover Twins won 2 conference titles, 49 and 50, 3 wild card berths in 48, 51, and 60. We've already gone over their major league affiliations. They had their biggest standout player was Eddie Yunt. And Eddie Yunt was a Newton man for life. He was born in Newton. He managed the team from 48 to 51 and played for the Philadelphia Athletics in 37 and the Pittsburgh Pirates in 39. So apparently he never actually played for them. He was just their manager, their biggest name on the team. And I talked about, if you travel between Newton and Maiden on old, Business 321, you've traveled by where they used to play a million times. There's JC Park in between Newton and Maiden. It's actually in Newton. There's JC Park there today, but that used to be the site of their old stadium, which was Legion Field. It was built in 1950 and demolished in 1974.
Is that
And
where
the
the Armory is
guy,
at?
no, it's before you get to the Armory. But yeah, I do know that the guy who provided the lumber to build the stadium was never paid for the lumber. He provided like 200,000 board feet of lumber.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Newton Conover Twins. Several of the teams that they played against will be in future episodes. One thing we found while researching this, we found an incident, and I only bring this up because we've been talking so much about umpires that really, really suck. There was an incident in 1938, I believe, with the Owls. I believe they were the Hendersonville Owls at the time. They may have been. They were the Forest City Owls then. I don't know what happened on the field, but I know after the field or after the game, one of the umpires was assaulted by fans, and apparently it was bad enough that the team folded the next day.
Yeah. So you
Right.
say you think our little heckles are mean. You know,
Yeah.
we haven't physically assaulted anybody yet.
Not yet.
And another tie-in to the cowbells. You remember when we went to Asheville and the guy left a bad review for Asheville because of the visiting fans? The fans that beat the umpire up, according to the umpire's testimony in court, were visiting fans.
See,
They were there pulling for the visitors.
so when we
Cost
might have
them-
been bad visitors in that guy's opinion, but at least we didn't cause the team to not exist anymore.
Yeah, and I don't think I could deal with myself if I had cost Asheville their team.
But
Yeah.
speaking of visitors, we will be visitors in Greensboro this weekend.
For 3 days.
The guys are on a break, all-star break. So kind of getting back to normal. Maybe we'll have an all-star game next year. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they're
had
going to go
someone-
play.
I'll be there one of those nights. I don't know about more. I don't know about all three, but I know I'll be there one of probably Friday. I'll be there.
Yeah, so they've
I
got.
had,
Go
I
ahead.
had somebody tell me the other day that Luis Angel Acuna was going out to LA for the weekend. And said he didn't know why. I'm like, I don't know, maybe because his brother's playing.
And he's in the home run derby, which I'm currently recording and going to watch as soon as we're done with this.
I don't have a way to get it.
You made it either. But yeah, the guys are off. This is Monday. So they're off until Thursday. And they'll be traveling down the road to Greensboro Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they will be home the next week with this douchebag behind me here.
His
And
head's
his-
cut off.
Yeah, well, he's still a
You think
cocksucker.
you think it would be small enough to fit on the screen, but I guess
There you go.
You must have
But I
really
know-
blown
Real
that
big.
picture up.
I almost got Lucas in trouble yesterday at the game because Lucas went out there to hand him a handful of balls. Well, Denver dropped one. And I said, well, looky there. Denver's balls finally dropped. And Lucas about lost it. And I said, what are you laughing for, Lucas? And Denver turned around and saw Lucas laughing and just gave him this look like, you shouldn't be laughing like that. But you Denver, bag of dicks, eat it.
you can't even. The only thing worse than a bad umpire, it's a bad umpire that takes himself way too seriously and can't accept the fact that it's a game.
I didn't buy season tickets to come see you play, you little short shit. Anyway, so let's get to the promotions and wrap this thing up because it's about bedtime. The 26th through the 31st, all the games will be played during the week at 7:00. So, and we're playing the Rome Braves. So we're going to get down to the promotions.
Number one.
Oh,
Number one
God,
team in the
I
league.
hate it. Okay, I'm a Braves fan. Let's get that out of the way. But I hate it. Absolutely hate it when we play the Rome Braves at home because so many people who never come and support the Crawdads for anything see that the Braves are coming, and because we're in North Carolina where all the Braves fans actually live, they all come out and they I can't stand it.
You know what? I don't mind the fans that don't come to support the Crawdads until and then they come out and support the Braves when they get here because that's their major league team. As much as I hate the ones that you saw there on the last homestand with the Crawdads hat on or maybe a shirt cheering on the Crawdads, but now all of a sudden because the Braves are in town, they're cheering on just the Braves. Screw the Crawdads. No.
Yeah. I hate both those groups. And this year is going to be even worse.
I'm a Yankees fan, and when the Yankees affiliate comes to town, hell no. All Crawdads all day, baby.
I mean, I secretly put on my scout hat and watch everybody very closely.
Well, yeah.
Hope that they do well, but I'm not going to pull for them against the Crawdads because that's absurd. And this year is going to be even worse because they won the World Series last year. So everybody's dad went into the garage and dusted off the old Dale Murphy jersey that they haven't worn since '89, and they're all going to be there too.
Or that Chipper Jones jersey that they bought and wore at one time and put away.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
all
me
the
and
Freddie
Jeremy
Freeman
got into like
jerseys.
a heated debate
I
about
wouldn't
Chipper
say
Jones and
heated.
Derek Jeter the other night at the game.
I wouldn't say it
save
was
that
heated.
for- We'll save that for another show, though.
I was just saying that Jeter got more of the love from people when he retired because he won more World Series. And could Chipper Jones affect that? Yeah, maybe a little, but not much.
I was saying that Chipper Jones.
He's a great player.
I was saying that
I'll say
Chipper
that.
Jones was not. He doesn't. He's not. He's not Derek Jeter, but he is very, very close. He is also Derek Jeter's an A+ player, and Chipper Jones was an A player. Didn't quite have that plus because he didn't win more than one World Series, and he wasn't that great defensively, but he was better than Jeter at the plate. Anyway, my thing was that Chipper was just as good at Derek Jeter in a lot of aspects and better in some, but does not get the same legacy and did not get the same treatment in his final year as everybody as with Derek Jeter. Everybody rolled out the red carpet for Jeter, and they didn't do the same for Chipper Jones. And anyway, this is the most basic form of like the 30-minute discussion that we had.
I think we got
I
your
was
story.
having fun. I think we're about to get it here too.
All right. Well, before the rain comes and kills us all, I guess we will sign off. This has been the Dirty Balls podcast. Thank you for
No.
watching.
I'm going to do the promotions real quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, we
never
got on
did
that
finish.
Jeter thing, didn't we?
Yeah. So the 27th, this is going to be an awesome promotions night. If we can do it right. Night of horrible promotions.
Oh,
We
all
talked to
right.
Emily about that the other night, and she gave us some ideas that they're not going to use, but thought about using that were pretty fun.
And it's also Wine Wednesday. So I can't wait to see what they're not going to do, but do. We'll see. So, and then 28th, which is Thursday, is Dad Bod night.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. And then Friday, the 29th, is Christmas in July. And they're going to have the fireworks, of course. And then the 30th, which we will probably not be at the game, is the Christian concert.
I ain't going to be there. That's SummerSlam. And also, I don't like Christian concert nights.
And who do they have? Who's the concert?
Ryan Stevenson.
Once again, I ask who?
Exactly.
Maybe he's popular.
It
in the
doesn't
realm
matter
of-
what his name is.
Maybe he's popular in the realm of Christian music, but since we are not in that realm, we don't know.
Probably not.
We have
And
had some
then-
people in the past that aren't big names
Yeah, but-
overall, but are big names within that genre.
Yeah, but that's been a few years.
And then Sunday is the typical church bulletin Sunday, but the black jerseys will go on auction. And remember, do not, oh, wow, I heard that on mine.
I did
Bid
too.
on John Matthews. Family's getting it. But Sunday, you should all come to Kannapolis for the Cheer Wine festivities at the Cannonballers game. 'Cause we're going to be there. They're giving away a Hawaiian themed shirt that's got the Cannonball logo on it and cheer wine bottles.
Their wine bottles, yeah.
And the Kannapolis game's at 1, so you have time to get there at 12 before the gates open, get your giveaway shirt, get you some Sherline Hush Puppies, and then come back to the Hickory game.
What time did you say that the game started?
1 o'clock. Isn't that
Holy
brilliant?
crap, that's awesome.
All right. Speaking of promotions, I gotta and before we get out of here, which we're almost done. Don't worry, you won't have to listen to this for very long. I've had an idea that I don't know why we haven't why we haven't done it yet. And it's because of a series of movies that I have been pretty much marathoning since my wreck because there's like 25 of these movies and I can watch one
Top
every day.
Gun, Top
No,
Gun
there's
2.
only there's
James
only
Bond.
2 of those, Alan. Unless you count Days of Thunder, which is pretty much the same movie but with race cars. Anyway, James Bond. How have we not had like a spy movie night? Wouldn't that be
That's
fun?
stupid. No,
What?
no.
Dumb.
Why is that not a good idea?
Because somehow they'd only do Mission Impossible.
Those are good movies too.
Yeah, but that would be the only ones they would do. Like when they had Wizard Night, they only did Harry Potter.
Okay,
They're
but
good movies. I'm not saying they shouldn't have done Harry Potter. I'm not saying they shouldn't have mostly been Harry Potter. But
James
there are
Bond
other
is way more famous
ways.
than Mission Impossible.
way more.
And it's like when we done Marvel Night, and on the Jumbotron, they were showing the bat signal, but it was
Yeah.
a car dance. On
Yeah, like,
Marvel Night was showing the DC thing
yeah,
and
like
playing DC music.
Okay,
yeah, and then
but
during
if
the
they
fireworks,
did
they
it
had a great
correctly,
opportunity to play Iron Man by
Iron Maiden.
Ozzy, not Ozzy, but yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Ozzy.
when Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath.
It was Black Sabbath.
if they did
Yeah.
it correctly, it would be a spy movie night would be fun if they committed to it. Okay, you could have everybody wear nice suits and I don't know what the games would be because I don't come up with that stuff, but I'm sure if they did it correctly, a spy movie night would be very fun.
I think I'm gonna bring this
That's
up to
really
Doug.
good,
I just thought of this. You know how at the end of the year we raffle off a base? You know, how about we
Yeah, we did.
raffle off a promotion night? If you think you can come up with a good promotion and you want to run it from start to beginning, you can auction it off.
Oh no, I ain't running it.
I'm just saying, you've got to put the work in. So, like I said, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We just think it's easy, and it might be super difficult. I mean, I know like theme nights, you've got to get permission from whoever you're doing the themes and everything. But I don't know. It might
But
be
yeah,
something.
spy
to learn
movie
about.
night. Everybody wears suits. They play spy movie. They play the James
Too
Bond
fucking
theme,
hot
the
for
Mission
suits and
Impossible
nuts.
theme. They got like a car, like a tricked out Aston Martin out front with all kinds of gadgets on it. It just in a perfect world where they where they go all out,
I was gonna
that
say,
would be cool.
I don't
When they
see
brought-
an Aston Martin being in the budget.
When they brought the plane out for airplane night, and they brought like the front part of the airplane, you tell me you're going to bring a plane out in front. I want to see a plane. I don't want to see a cockpit.
I'm just saying, just pretend
And
for a
they
minute. Take yourself out of reality.
And they
say
forgot the
money's
keys
no
to it.
issue. In a perfect world where you could do anything you want with a theme night, a spy movie night would be really cool.
Why didn't we have a flyover on? We could have had a flyover on airplane night.
Because we're too close to the airport, it would interfere with traffic.
That and
Just one
I want to
passover.
understand flyovers aren't cheap.
But like I said, just imagine in a perfect world where the
flyover would
budget
be awesome.
doesn't exist. That would be cool.
If the Down East Wood Ducks can do it, granted the military base is right there, but still, we have rich people who live around here that wouldn't mind flying their plane over whatever.
All right. Well, anyway, I think we're done now. Leave a comment on what you would do if you had free reign over a theme night. This has been the Dirty Balls Podcast. Thank you for watching. Come see us out in Greensboro this weekend and get yourself a shirt and wear it there, and I'll buy you a beer.
We can do that.
All right. See ya.
And get you a moose candle. See ya.
Yes. Please.
I mashed the button. And